Is emotion a manifestation? Just want to keep checking to see if you really get that. And isn't it the manifestation that's at the root of everything you want? And do you believe that you can conjure it without the evidence that supports it? Yes. That really is the question here, because you cannot force the evidence to which you would have a good feeling response if you could, but you can't force it because vibrationally it has to line up. But you can find a feeling response. Yes, can you? A woman said, I have arthritis and I'm in pain. How can I feel good when I'm in physical pain? And we said you have to separate your physical experience from your emotional experience. You can have pain and feel hopeful, or you can have pain and feel fearful, and the difference between hope and fear is the difference between recovery or not. So this is what we're talking about. You can have a reality that is less than what you want and feel hopeful, or you can have a reality that's less than what you want and feel fearful or angry. But the difference in those emotions is the difference between being in the vortex and allowing the vortex to kick in to orchestrate the manifestations. You following? What do you think is the logical sequence of something moving into manifested form? In other words, before you rendezvous with your partner, what's missing? If you're looking for a relationship and your partner's out there, clearly your partner was out there, living not too far from where you are. So your partner's out there. After you met them, what was the missing factor before you met them? What was missing? The rendezvous. Just the rendezvous was all that was missing. Just the rendezvous. Just the allowing of the meeting. You see, if you will let the emotion be the manifestation that you're looking for rather than the meeting, if you'll let the emotion be what you're looking for and you find it, then the meeting is certain. The rendezvous with the money, the rendezvous with the idea, the rendezvous with the business, the rendezvous with the wellness, the rendezvous with everything. The rendezvous will come once the manifestation of the good feeling emotion has been allowed by you and practiced by you until it is all that is known by you. That's what a true feeling of worthiness is. Now we know that's sort of hard to grasp sometimes because you've been thinking that source is separate from you for a while as you've been listening to the bogus human speculation that you are here being tested for something. When really you're here because you are a fabulous creator and you wanted to be out here on the leading edge of thought, creating, and you fully expected to let your physical senses explore the data and help you come to conclusions about what you personally and individually think would be better for you right here, right now. Understanding that when you find something like that you're focused upon, that the source within you will flow to you, through you, about it, you see. Because source is creating through you. What do you think about this world in which you manifest? Do you like manifestations? Do you like setting a goal for something or setting an intention for something and then watching the universe provide the path of least resistance in order to give it to you or in order to show it to you? We want you to understand that path of least resistance really is the path of your lessening of resistance. Because in the moment that life causes you to want something, everything and everyone, all non-physical focus, the energy that creates worlds is on it, providing circumstances and events with law of attraction gathering up all of the cooperative components, bringing each and everything to you. The path of least resistance means, how are you doing in your allowing of what you want? Because when you want something and you fully expect it to be, there's no resistance and the path is clear and fast and easy. But if you want something and you don't expect it to be, if you want something and you doubt it, and why would you doubt it? Because you think you're not worthy, you think you're not ready, you think that there is some other plan, you think that somebody else is calling the shots. There are all kinds of squirrely, ridiculous things that you have picked up along your physical trail that make you believe in your unreadiness or unworthiness, that cause you really to be unwilling in any moment, unallowing or resisting So you don't let what you want be, and you have all kinds of ridiculous reasons that you explain why what you want cannot be. And we say, there's only one reason why what you want cannot be right now, and it's because you've got a thought that contradicts it, and you're not allowing it, period. Because source is on it. When you say you want it, when life causes you to identify that you have this desire, you are a creator that came as a focuser of energy, and whatever you want must be coming into being, and is coming into being, and will come into being, and you will experience it fully if you will allow it. And this whole gathering, what we are here to talk to you about, is how to figure out how to get yourself in the place of willingly allowing the goodness that you're asking for to flow into your experience. Manifestation is such a wonderful thing. Sometimes as we play with you, we hear you. It's like you think that there's spiritual and there's material and that they don't go together. And we say, then how do you explain being here? How do you explain the physicalness that is you? How do you explain the flesh, blood, and boniness? How do you explain the matter, the material? How do you explain the stuff of your physical universe? How do you explain it? It's manifestation that has blossomed as a result of source energy flowing into this leading edge time-space reality. And the goodness of where you are is huge. It is dominant. And the not goodness is just your unwillingness to allow the goodness right here, right now, for some squirrely reason. We're really into squirrels these days. Squirrels are wonderful, but they are squirrely. They seem to have attention deficit disorder. We want you to focus. We want you to be the clear-minded, creative genius that you are. But most of all, we want you to find a way, as we're playing together today, to accept the rightness of your good life. We want you to accept the benevolence of the energy that flows to you and through you. And we want you to get eager and frisky about you being the vortex through which this energy flows. So we've been talking to you for a while about how you are the creator of your own reality. Jane Roberts, through Seth, coined those magical words. You create your own reality. You create your own reality. You create your own reality. But who is you? Who is you? You were you before you came into this body, and you are you in this body, but you are you not in this body. There is this vibrational beingness, this range of vibration that ranges from the source that is you right on through to this furthest most leading edge extension of that which is you. You is you. You cannot pinch yourself off from you. You cannot cease to be connected to that you that made the decision to come, that you that knows of your worthiness, that you that came with the express purpose of sifting and sorting and coming to personal new conclusions about what would be better for you. What would be better for you? What would be better for this time-space reality? What would be better for all that is? What could be better? What would be more? Because when you are an eternal being, that's always on your mind. It's always on your mind. What more? What more? What more? So no matter how good life gets, there's always a potential for more. And contrast sharpens your awareness of wanting the more. Then you must use the power of your ability to focus upon the more that you want in order to allow the more that you want to manifest in its fullest form. Do you ever use the word God? If you do, you are among the humans who do. If you don't, you're more like us. We don't use it because it means things that we don't mean when you say it. But that source energy in its most thriving, most satisfied state is flowing right through you in the moment that you're having some lovely conversation or experience with someone. In other words, source is not off separate from you, hoping that you figure things out so that you can someday return to source. Source is flowing to you and through you all day, every day, and to the degree that you feel fabulous, to the degree that you feel wonderful, to the degree that you feel exhilaration, to the degree that you feel frisky, to the degree that you are in love, to the degree that you are feeling appreciation, to the degree that you are experiencing in the moment those kinds of emotions, to that degree you are allowing who you really are to be felt by you. The source within you doesn't need you to be aware and doesn't need you to be tuned up in order to be blowing and flowing and growing and loving through you. But in order for you to get it, for you to feel it, you've got to be on the vibrational wavelength. You can't set your dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 97.6 FM. You've got to be on the same frequency in order for it to be your experience, you see. So it is our desire to relay to you in a passionate enough way that you believe that we believe that you are this source energy and that you do have the potential to manifest whatever you are wanting. And that the manifestation is an elaborate, sophisticated, very right extension of source. This is the leading edge of source. This is the leading edge of source right here where you are. You're not out here apart from source, proving something to source. You are source to the degree that you allow it. You sort of kind of get that? So we call this gathering the art of allowing, and that's really what we've been talking about. The art of allowing what? The art of allowing yourself, by virtue of what you deliberately choose to focus upon, to be on the vibrational wavelength that allows the fullness of who you are to be present with you in this moment, so that you get to experience the brilliance of it, the clarity of it, the vitality of it, the goodness of it, the fun of it, the fullness of it, the appreciation of it, the love of it. In other words, for the love of God. So, what do you think about today? You felt things shift, didn't you? You are the creator of your own reality. And your own reality is a perceptual thing. And you perceive through your emotions, whether you admit it or not. You are the creator of your emotional state of being right here and now. And you have more leeway and more latitude and more control and more power than you have ever applied prior to this conversation. It is our powerful expectation that you will move forward in the days and weeks and months and years that are before you with this new understanding of who you are, with this new understanding that you can take an emotional journey right now if you want to, and that when you do, you have won your race, you have won your battle, you have accomplished everything that you're wanting, you have fulfilled your reason for being. In other words, it has never been the complicated thing that you've made it out to be in your comparison of your experience against the experiences of others that you are comparing yourself to. So as you move forward and you accept that what you've always been reaching for is the emotional control that you now have accomplished in this time that we've been together, we think that our determination to bring you round to our way of thinking is paid off, because you have come around to our way of thinking. You know that it's an emotional journey, and you believe that you have control of your emotions. And therefore, we want to pronounce to you that since you now have control over your emotional moments, you have control over every other manifestation. And if you will always keep your horse before your cart in that way, if you will always understand that it's the vortex work first, it's the emotional work first, it's the emotional quest first, it's the alignment with who you are, that you're going to have so many delicious, vivid moments and realizations and revelations as you allow Source, this oneness that we were talking about, to revel in the moment-to-moment activities and conversations and thought processes that you are upon. In other words, when you allow, through the simple work that you have figured out here today, alignment with that high-flying energy that is the source within you, so that you allow that full view of source in the conversation that you're having with your lover, in the conversation that you're having with your children or your employer or your employees or the stranger that you're meeting on the street. When you allow the fullness of who you are to be present within you, every moment of your life will be a sweet realization and revelation and manifestation of all that you are. This world is perfect as it is. and becoming sweeter every day.